Welcome back, my friends. Today we have a fun and easy craft you can make with your kids for fall. And we're going to start with two pieces of aluminum foil. So we're going to cut them and have them ready here for me. We're going to then use a printout of a few leaves as well as a pumpkin. You can also hand draw them if you want. I'm going to use several color markers, and then I'm also going to use paint in the yellow and orange. I'm going to use a spray bottle. You can also just use a regular spray bottle. This is a mister, but use whatever you have at home with water. I'm going to use some jute string, and we're getting ready to start. This will be a quick one. Oh, I'm also going to use some tape. All right, so at first I wanted to try some markers. Now, the markers that I have at home are paint markers. If you have washable markers, like the ones that you can get for kids, use that instead because it did not work for me. But I'm going to show you the whole process. So basically, you just want to keep adding different color markers after you scrunch up the aluminum foil a little bit. And then you're going to add water. Now, this is supposed to lift all the marker ink and kind of join them together to create a nice kind of like tie-dye look. Once we place the paper on top, it'll absorb it. But you're going to see here, it's not enough. Now, then this is when I brought in paint because it's just not what enough. It wasn't what I wanted to see. So I'm just going to add yellow and orange paint, and this worked. I did this a couple of times so that I have a nice colorful piece. I'm going to do the same thing with the second piece of aluminum foil. And again, I'm still going to use the markers because if you have markers that are just regular dry erase markers, use that instead. So I'm just going to keep adding the markers, and you just want to do wiggly lines and use different colors. And once you spray it, again, it's supposed to lift that marker, join all the colors together and create what will look like a tie-dye. But I'm just going to use, again, the paint to give me more color and more pigment. And I'm just going to spread it around. And then we're going to place the leaves right on top. The paper is going to absorb the color, and then you're going to see it's just going to make it look nice and pretty. Again, kind of like a tie-dye or watercolor, which you can also use watercolor if you want. This is what mine looked like once I set it to dry. Set it in front of a fan or just set it aside in a place where it won't get stained. And then once dry, we're just going to cut off all the pieces. Now, you can use these pieces in multiple ways. You can just leave them like this, hang them on the wall. You can use them where you can just tape them to a piece of paper and create an artwork. I'm going to make a little fall garland, and I'm just going to tape it to the piece of jute string and then just tape it to each piece to the back with some tape. This is going to create a nice garland you can hang on a wall, on the kid's bedroom. You can just hang on a mantle if you'd like. Whatever you want is fine. But this is such an easy craft you can do. I love the way it turned out. I love the tie-dye look. I am just so disappointed that my markers did not work. But I promise you, use those cheap washable markers and they'll work. All right, here's another video here for you that you can watch with tons more of crafting inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have fun crafting.